I don't know why this is at the bottom of this joint. Oh, I don't know why I have a pen like I'm. Oh, civilian. Mm, mm-hmm. I've just started this live. Ooh, 34 of my friends is live right now. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. So let's see here. Ooh, I don't want to do the hosting. I don't know what I'm doing with that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, what is going on? Why this thing ain't... What? I need to share it out. You know what? I'm not even going to share it out. I'm just chilling. Hey, welcome, Lamone. Nice for you to join. Um, if you don't know, I have a page that basically supports narcissism and sort of spiritual community, a lot of supernatural occurrences. I create a safe space to talk about twin flames, things that are kind of unusual. And I'm going to share a situation that I had. That's me in the background in 2020. It was a while back. 4 years back. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining, everyone. Please tap the like button. I hope I can get some people to get on the panel. I don't know if you guys are familiar with twin flames, but oh my goodness. I happened to meet a twin flame, and it was absolutely horrendous. Well, it wasn't all. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. At first, it was, beautiful. You get the butterflies in your stomach and all that type of stuff. It was nice. But let me tell you how it started. Online dating. Okay, I'm out the game now. I'm not dating anybody at this moment. However, online dating, I decided to take a chance at that. I was married for 10 years and ended up getting a divorce in the end. Well, I was married for 11 years, but I didn't count the last year because we were going through a divorce. And he was a covert narcissist, and it didn't end good. And then I went into the dating game. I was like 42, something like that. Got into the dating game, and I didn't know any better. And I just want to say, when people are out there dating, and hello party, I do appreciate y'all coming in. Just show your support by hitting the like button, and I do appreciate that very much. So yeah, I was in a dating game. I got into the online service. I'm not even going to tell you the online service at this point. However, I did meet this person, and it was crazy how that happened because he was sending me stuff. Thank you very much for the likes. I appreciate it. Um, Notifications and things like that, right? And try to date, if you will. But I wasn't interested in none of that. So I kind of ignored him for a while. And then I was like, you know what? I went on this disastrous date and decided that I was going to, just make up for it, right? So I was like, you know what? Sure, we can meet. So it was crazy because he knew the train schedule from where I was and all this stuff. And I thought that was kind of strange and unusual. But we were meeting at a public place, so I didn't think nothing of it. Didn't think nothing of it because we're meeting in Philly to go to a Sixers game. So I'm like, okay, well, that's nice and public, you know? And then it was weird because when I got to Philly, I never seen this cat except for in a picture. Hey, I appreciate you for joining. Yeah, I never ever Oh, if you could share the live too, because again, I'm new at this live thing, but I'm just telling my story because I want people to understand that I'm a genuine person. I'm authentic, and this is like a supernatural, spiritual, just carefree, what I'm saying, zone, what I'm saying, to kick back, and. So anyway, I decided to meet this guy, and we went to Philly. So we went to the Sixers game, and it was strange because when I first saw him, he was like my height, what I'm saying, my color. We looked like we could be like brother and sister, tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like no attraction right away, right? However, he was a nice person. So we ended up, at the Sixers game and having fun. And we were just talking a little bit, getting to know each other. And he was telling me that he had a few kids. And I was like, yo, I have some kids too. And then when we got to talking about their ages, we realized that their age, from our oldest to the youngest, we had kids the same year. You know what I'm saying? Not the same month, but and within the same year. You know, with our respected people, right? And that was kind of strange, right? And then it just went, everything went lovely. And it was crazy because I forgot my glasses because I need glasses to see, and I couldn't really see what was going on in the court. And he was like, oh, here, you can use mine, see if you could use. But it was crazy because his prescription fitted me exactly, and I don't get that, right? So again, we just really jived really well in the beginning, and it was all cool in the beginning. Thing was, it was a little strange to me because he knew exactly what to say. That's the thing. Like, some people have the gift of gab. Some people are very good at reading people, right? So if you're very good at reading, thank you for joining, Lego. Please hit the like button. If you're very good at joining, very good at joining. If you if you're very good at reading people, you know what I'm saying. You could play the game a little bit, but he was beyond that. Like he knew some things that I never told him. For instance, we went after the game. It was like he was like a black Ferris Bueller or something because everything was going our way, right? So we decided to do this impromptu stop at this festival or something. I guess it was around Christmas time or something. So we went there. It had an ice skating rink, whatever, and we're still in Philly. And it was a band playing. It was like really strange because everything was just like falling in place. So it was kind of romantic and all that mess. But it was our first time meeting each other. And I remember going into this shop and I got this drink, and this drink was spiked hot chocolate. So it's hot chocolate with an adult alcoholic beverage kick. So it was delicious, by the way. So anyway, he gets some sort of soup or something. So we're sitting across from one another, and I'm gonna tell you something. With the twin flames, hey, C's, nice to see you up in here. With the twin flames, it is something that's instant because it was like a automatic burst of energy just came over me, right? And with this automatic burst of energy, I guess I guess they call it the chakra alignments. It was like it was all on four cylinders. It was insane. Um, I never felt anything like that before. And then because I was going through such a horrible divorce, and when I was dating or trying to meet before this, I met this twin flame. I would tell people about the divorce, and people don't want to hear that. The people don't want to hear that type of stuff. But I was hurting and yada, yada, yada. And you should never, let me tell you something, give yourself time to heal. Don't just jump in and try to date people because you look like a boo-boo to fool. Because you be telling your story and you be so serious with your stuff, and they don't want to hear that nonsense. They don't, because that's the past, blah, 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 blah. But, I learned that lesson. So when I was sitting across from him, he knew I was kind of, still going through some things. He felt that, and that's part of that twin flame thing, right? And I didn't particularly care for that. That he could feel. And he was like even trying to encourage me, like, look, tell me what's going on with you, or I'm gonna come over there and hug you. And I'm like, I don't want the hug, you know what I'm saying? I'll just tell you I'm going through a divorce or whatever. know what I'm saying? But I don't like to talk about it because, it's one of those taboo subjects when you want to date or whatever. But just rest assured, there's no competition, right? So, anywho, he was eating that soup, and y'all could tell that he didn't really like that soup, and he was pretending like he liked it though. But I could sense that he hated it, actually. And it was funny because, so just like he knew some certain things about me, I knew certain things about him. And I was just like, yo, you could stop pretending and just throw that soup out because I know it's nasty as hell. But he had a big smile on his face and he was acting like it was so good. But I think that was just nervousness. But I told him, like, throw that thing out, right? Hey, thank you for joining. So it started out innocent enough, right? So you figure, okay, well, I got this chakra stuff going on, yada yada yada, and that's cool. But then it turned into something else. It turned into, just a lot of tapping in. That's what people call it, tapping in, right? So you have this twin flame that's tapping into you, your mentality, into your mind. You be thinking certain things, and here it is, he'll call me and he'll talk about what I'm thinking. Like, that is wild. I know you probably are like, yo, I've never heard of nothing like that. Or if you have, put it in the comments. Thank you, Romeo, for coming in and joining. Please tap the like button. Yeah, I'm talking about twin flames, and I met my twin flame, but this twin flame that I met went absolutely berserk, but not in a physical sense, right? It was more of a psychological, it was supernatural because he knew things. He just knew. It was so crazy that I thought perhaps he was a warlock or something because he was able to um, he was just able to know things about my friends. Like, how do you know? I didn't even introduce him to my friends. Like, how do you know that my friend of 40 years had a beef with me? Like, he told me my friend of 40 years had a beef with me. Now, mind you, there was no argument between me and this friend. Thank you for joining. So that was a little eyebrow raising to me because I'm like, yo, I didn't have no arguments with you being my best friend. Like, yo. So anywho, so I called her up, right? And I was like, hey, are we cool? Are we straight? And she was like, no. I was like, no. But mind you, we didn't have any arguments. She was like, look, I love you, and I just want to, live out the rest of my life with my family. And it was real weird because she was breaking up with me like I was her man or something. Like, yo, what? You know what I'm saying? I've known her for 40 years and there's nothing that happened. That's the crazy part. Nothing happened. And then it's like, yo, how did this twin flame know and warn me about this? Like, yo, that just rocked me, right? But that's just the small stuff that happened in the beginning, you know. And I noticed, like, on a date, hey, Jazzy, thank you for joining. I appreciate your support. Do hit the like button and welcome in. I'm talking about twin flames, and I was just basically stating about how we were fine in the beginning, but he was tapping in, and with twin flames, right? When I say tapping in, it's like and I'm not gonna say that this is relevant to all twin flames or something like that. That's why I say this one going wrong. But he has some sort of supernatural abilities, honestly and truly, because number one, it was like dating a psychic or something. You feel me? It was just insane in the membrane. But I was still trying to like overlook that piece of it because he was still a nice guy. And then again, I mean, I was getting extravagant dates and things like that. I mean, he spared no expense. And we women, we do like to be treated like princesses, of course, right? So there's no problem with that. But at the end of the day, I just found it to become intrusive. Like, yo, why are you constantly in my head, homie? And he would call me like, all right, for instance, one time I was at work. Mind you, he's all the way in New York. Okay, I'm in New Jersey. I'm at work and I'm having a work situation. It was horrible, okay? And I knew like I'm about to I'm about to just get everybody canned or whatever. I don't even care. Like, I was at the point, like, yo, because they was getting on my nerves. They was doing some gang stalking and all that nonsense, right? So I was just like, yo, oh, why do I keep doing that? My bad, yo. I know it looks like I fell out my chair, but I didn't fall out my chair. That's the damn phone falling. See, I guess the story don't want to be told. I'm gonna tell it anyway. Oh, y'all hang on in there with me. See the stupidity? They don't want me to tell this story. I'm gonna tell this story. Dang it. So anyway, I know, sees. I know, sees. You see how I can't even be smooth with my lives. You feel me? I know. So anyway, like I was saying, I was at work. I was very frustrated. I felt like David going up against Goliath. I was in my car, just trying to chill, and I was just so frustrated because I know, your livelihood and stuff, and you don't have, you can't quit, but you can't. So I knew the only option was to get canned. I had to do what I had to do because I couldn't do that no more. And anywho, what ended up happening was he calls me, and he's like, "Don't even say hello. Repeat after me. I am in control." Now, mind you, you had to be up in my head to know, like, how do you know? But see, at that time, I was so distraught, I didn't even think about that. Hey, Janine, thank you for joining. I appreciate that. So I didn't even think about it, that he was in my thoughts. And you know what I'm saying? I was just like, okay, I'm in control. I'm in control. Right? And then he was like, oh, get some Post-its and put some positive affirmations about yourself. And you know what I'm saying? So he was on that type of time. So anyway, to make a long story short, I'm just going to say that he was doing a lot of psychic friend type stuff. Like, you know what I mean? And it was annoying because when he did actually tap into my thoughts, I would be able to know that he was doing so. And it kind of feels intrusive because you're not inviting that in, and you don't even believe that people can do things like that. But he was able to do that, right? And then there's astral travel that he would do. So he I guess he knew I was spiritual, and he knew I had particular gifts that I didn't even know I had yet. I do now in retrospect, I know, but at that particular time I didn't know. So fast forward a good year or two, that's when it went wrong. Right? That's when I got projections. Projections is when someone puts some thoughts in your head. You think that's not possible? It's possible. It's always possible. Just Google it, because people, these companies are doing that to people. Like they're literally putting thoughts in people's head to buy things. Or excuse me, that's allegedly. Entertainment purposes, TikTok. I'm just talking off the top of my hat. Okay. Um, but yeah, so he started doing projections, and it was like I was just off a very bad divorce, so it wasn't even like I was interested in anybody. I just didn't want to be, sitting around the house besides myself while he was living la vida loca. You know what I'm saying? So that was my whole reason for talking to this cat. Now, mind you, as we're dating, we're not an item. We didn't become exclusive or nothing like that, because I just knew something was not quite right. And I think, well, I'll tell you what he knew. He knew he was married for 26 years. I can tell you that much. That's from retrospect. So unfortunately, I was duped into being a mistress. Yeah, I was duped into that shit. So anywho, hey, Spider, thanks for joining. I'm just talking about my twin flame going wrong. Everything was fine in the beginning, but now, So I fast forwarded, and I'm talking about how he projected thoughts in my head. There's something that people can do supernaturally, spiritually, and like I said, I don't wish this on anybody, for real. I don't want anybody to ever go through this, but they can also put their consciousness or a piece of their, I don't know if it's a piece, I don't know, but I just know you have your own consciousness in your head. This twin flame was able to be in my head. I woke up one morning, and not in my head as in reading my thoughts, but he was in my head as in I'm not alone. But and my so he's talking to me in my head, and it was bugging, it was tripping me out. I thought like, yo, I'm losing it. Maybe this divorce did something to me. I don't know, but it was crazy. And the way it was validated was, I had called him up and asked him, like, yo, not to do this. And he was like, oh, I can't help it. I can't. You what? You can help it. So I just think like I was his. Let's see. When I thought about it, I was like a hamster in a cage, and I just felt like I was his experimentation, because maybe all the women he dated before, he didn't have one. Yeah, right. He didn't have one that had some spiritual abilities themselves. So he was doing certain things like the projection of thoughts and all this stuff. And I know that people go through this, because usually people who go through this with someone, they seek deliverance ministry and stuff like that, because they think that the person's a warlock, a witch, or you know what I'm saying, or something, because they're not human the way we know they're human. Okay. So it really got bad, and it was so bad that I was Googling psychic stalkers, if you will, right? Like trying to figure out, because he was always trying to tap in. I would be just driving or something like that, and here it is, you know what I'm saying, a whole conversation, he wanted to start. Like, that was insanity. I know this sounds crazy, but I'm trying to tell you, there are humans that can do this type of stuff. And it was insane. And I even remember like explaining it to my mom and like my friends, and they just like, yo, I couldn't imagine no stuff like that. So just imagine somebody being intrusive in your thoughts. Just imagine if someone could actually tap in. Now I can't. Now when I say tap in, I don't mean like they know everything you're thinking. It's like only certain information they're allowed to get, but you'll know what they can pull from you. What I'm saying. It's very strange. And like I said, people glorify the twin flame and all this stuff, but I wouldn't recommend it. Not this type of person that's very spiritual and can do some crazy stuff. Get out of here! Oh my goodness, I never knew that. Wow, Spider. But yeah, and it does make you question your own sanity, right? And for me, it was like, because he found out that I have, I'm a receiver, if you will, like I can get his messages and things like that. He just, he went further with it. So it was like astral projection and a lot of different things. I can't even tell you, but I have to get more comfortable live to tell you some of the stuff that he could do in the ethers. But yeah, he knew about my friends. We went on vacation, and he told me, because I had this friend from work, and we went on vacation. He was like, just take a picture and send it to her. And I'm thinking, like, why are you in my business? Like, why you want me to send a picture to my... I said, I'll send it to her when I get back. I'm having fun right now. He said, no, humor me. Send a picture to her. Do you know, I sent her the picture, and I was very happy and stuff. Ever since I did that, she's not my friend no more. So he knew that she felt some type of way about me being on vacation with him. And, so I don't like that, because it seems like that's like puppeteering you or something. Yeah, see that? Spider says, telling me they were just... Oh, wait a minute. It's going kind of fast. Hold on. Oh, you pet. Thank you, moderator. Oh, yeah, no doubt. She's been such an amazing support. Oh, that's sweet. See, but I was trying to read your other one, but... Oh, here it goes. Telling me that they were just friends, so on and so on, and I was just a good person. They took a... Yeah. Yes. I'm trying to tell you. So... Sum it all up in a nutshell, he kind of did that. But again, she wasn't really a friend, right? Anyway, so he did me a favor. He did me a solid. I'm not mad about it. I mean, well, I'm getting mad about it, folks. But the moral to the story is that was too intrusive. And I'm gonna tell you this. One thing he told me too was he was like, "Yo, there's gonna be a day that your son's gonna come to you." We was on a date. He was like, "There's gonna be a day your son's gonna come to you and he's gonna tell you, Mom, you remember that girl that I was dating? Well, she's pregnant." And I was like, "Nah, that ain't gonna happen. Blah blah blah. You yapping?" Because he called me grandmom, and I'm like, "Don't call me grandma because I'm not a grandmom." You feel me? And at this particular time, and come to find out, that's exactly what happened that same week. So I was like, "Yo, I can't do this cat right." You know what I'm saying? Like, so after we just split apart, that's when it was like more attacks. I call them attacks because I don't give you permission to come in my head. I don't give you permission to be going into my friends and telling me about my family and doing all this crazy stuff. And I didn't understand it. I was like, yo, I don't even like talking to him on the phone. I only talked to him on the phone maybe 5 times, and 5 times in like every 2 months. And he knew too much about me, yo. Way too much about. That's insanity. So I'm telling you, these twin flames, I don't know. Some of them are not. They're something else. And I know there's always been people that can do these things. You know, but just to have that happen to you, it really does. It flips you out. And I do believe he's the reason why I had a spiritual awakening in the beginning, anyway. But I will tell you this. Um, Unfortunately, he passed away, right? And he passed away due to prostate cancer. And I think because he was married to his wife for 26 years, that might have been a little of the vengeance, you know? I don't know why, you guys, but I'm not seeing your messages. Yeah. He wasn't right. He was close to me. He wasn't in good form. Yeah, it's crazy how they know. Yeah, I did feel like I knew he was passing. It was crazy because I went online and I googled I googled him. As a matter of fact, uh, my my son's the one who told me he was married before he told me. And when I confronted him about it, he was like, "Yeah, your son's correct." You know what I mean? So, and then before he was passing, I did know, and I ended up googling. Um, Him, as a matter of fact. And when I found a video of him, and they were having a special cancer. His head was shaved like he did. He was very frail looking, and then like this was a long time went by. And yep, he was my twin, no doubt. I say because you know how I knew he was my twin. I knew he was my twin because he had all the attributes that I always wanted. Right? I mean, I was working towards them. I shouldn't say all of them because I was the same way, but like he was well traveled. I always wanted to travel. You know what I'm saying? He was very intelligent. He knew finance. That was his thing. He was very on point. And I was striving to be there. Yeah, he did know. He did know. And that's the thing, too, because he was extremely happy. And I think, actually, because of his state and the way he passed to the prostate cancer, I think him and his wife, they kind of came together with something like he was allowed to have a pass. I really do believe that. Because because we were having extravagant dates, like we were meeting in other states. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, honestly, she knew. She knew. My son told me that she knew. It was weird. So anyway, there's a lot of psychic friends things going on with that twin flame. And a reason why I say that it went wrong is again because he was married, right? For 26 years. It went wrong. What was outside my house? It went wrong because he didn't have good intent. Although he did have, well, to me it didn't seem like good intent because you married man, you shouldn't be messing with nobody. You feel me? Yeah, it is. It was good and it was sad. And I'm gonna tell you, that was one of the most excruciating relationships I've ever been in. And Spider, if your you know, daughter's mother was like, then I know. You know what I'm saying? I know what she went through. It's excruciating because they are just holding up a mirror to you and showing you, you know, all of your. It feels like all your weaknesses and everything you have to work on. I don't doubt it. I understand. No joke. I'm crying now. I know. I know. I know. And it is. But again, that was temporary. It was all designed anyway. In my case, you know what I'm saying. And I was always a strong person, so I know a lot of people couldn't imagine losing their twin like that. You know what I'm saying. But I did. I did. And it's fine, you know what I mean? Because I think he was preparing me for my next venture. He was preparing me for the next relationship. And in the next relationship, that was crazy. But I don't know. I might even tell. I might, you know, I might even run that. I might even run it in this because after so I had a covert narc that I was married to for 10 years. Then I went from that to this twin flame who psychically stalked me, right? And there's nothing I could do. Like I learned blocking techniques and I learned those type of things, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't grade A at it. That's for sure. Somebody's outside my window. I can't stand that. I might have to get my pit on him. No, I'm just kidding. Entertainment purposes. Um, let's see. She still does that. It took me years to get back to my. I know it does. I say the same thing now. My daughter's mother hates my wife but respects her. Oh, she better. You better believe it. That's you. Shit. She can't hate you. She can't hate your wife. So yeah. So that was the craziest thing. Especially when I had that marriage covert narc for 10 years, and then I go into the twin flame dynamic, right, where we can't actually be together or nothing like that. I don't know, a different type of love, but no, I don't even know how to explain it. But it's nothing that can become of it, right? And then I got into something like fresh and new, so I thought, all packaged precisely. Learned that guy was a spiritual assassin. Karate chop. Who tore my ass up. Because I don't look nothing like I do in that picture at this moment right now. Now, I'll get back to that absolutely, honey. But my hair, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I had to deal with witchcraft, dealing with that relationship with him. He had a whole legion inside of him. Like I said, I have videos. If you do not believe me, if you think that I'm BSing my ass, I am not. I'm telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And they won't even put that video in the FYP page. It's called Inside the Incubus. I tell people, watch that video if you're not spooked. If you're spooked, don't watch the video. You know what I'm saying? But if you're spiritual, you're kind of used to, the 5D, and you know that things are real, people are real. You know what I'm saying? When I say things, I mean like entities and extraterrestrials or whatever they want to be labeling, these ancient ones. I don't know. But if you know that they truly exist and you're not spooked by them, then yes, please go to my page and watch Inside the Incubus. They will not push it in the FYP because it's real, and they just won't do it. I always believe stories like this because of that type. Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, when I started doing my homework on what type of vessel I was dealing with, I found the answers in the craziest place because it was in the UFO sort of community. And I was like, yo, that's insane, but damn, there's some truth in that. Because this guy had these entities, and there was all in this picture. Like I said, it's on my page. It's on my page. So if anybody wants to come up and talk about if you have a twin flame experience that you know or whatever, please feel free to come up because I do want to talk to somebody. I've been running this live. I haven't talked to anybody, and it's strange and unusual. What is this? A lot of them come from what I say. You know what's crazy? You know what? I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. And I even looked that up for real, for real. And when I looked that up, because, you can't really look stuff up on, Google. You have to kind of go to Yandex or something that, an international search engine, and they'll give you the truth about a lot of stuff. They surely will. Google ain't going to tell you too much of shit. Yep, believe it or not, a lot of them, yeah, I know, I read that one. But yeah. Oh, did they? Yeah, a lot of times they do block the search, and I know where you can get good information about these types. And a lot of them refer to them. When I say these types, because this new cat, he's not like I said, he's not the twin flame. You know what I'm saying? But he was like you consider him to be a false one because he just came in and he knew what to say. And again, and I had another sort of, spiritual type of connection. And I didn't really want that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go back to the olden days where it was like, yo, just dating a, normal person or something. Can't see me. What you mean you can't see me? I don't know. I can see me. What you say? I told myself this is the last time it don't work. What? That's what I. You know what? That's what I told myself because I was even engaged to this cat. The screen was dark for a minute. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you can see me now. But yeah, I even had that same mindset with this ex until I started realizing that everything wasn't peachy keen. I mean, even him. Hey, Lexi, thank you for joining. Even this guy, we started out really well, right? He was all the bells and whistles and things like that. But I noticed this one, he was, at least with the twin flame meant me no harm. So when people say that your twin flame really, won't mean, they love you, but they're here to teach you lessons though. They're not here to, be, well, I don't know, at least my experience, not to be with you forever, right? I got what I needed out of that weirdo relationship. And I say weirdo because I told you the psychological stalking and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you. After that twin flame passed away, it was no more intrusions. It was more of a, every now and again, I would get his same energy signature, but it was fainted. It wasn't as on and vibrant as when he was alive. But I knew he was just checking in on me from time to time. When you let them go, they usually catch it. Oh, catch a case. Oh my gosh. Right. And it's no longer fun. Well, yeah. Now I'm going to get to this about this one, this false one. Right. That's what I'm going to call this one. He was a false one. And it was like, yo, I was cool. Like we were together for 4 years. I mean, I'm not going to say everything was gravy, but when things got kind of rocky, not rocky, he cheated on me. Keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to triangulate. He thought that was going to make me, hey, pick me, pick me. No, that means go ahead. That's what you did. You made your choice. That's what that means. But he didn't expect me to be that strong to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? But look, when my twin flame passed away, whatever, I had my son's father. I loved him before, he passed away. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm stronger than what he thought I was. So that didn't happen. I didn't get back with him. And when I didn't get back with him and he was stuck with his choice, unreal stuff happened. Unbelievable stuff. You see how long? That's my hair in that picture. My hair. I grew it for 8 years. You know what I'm saying? I was like Angela Bassett and Waiting to Exhale with all that pretty hair and stuff like that. But anyway, When the shit went sour is when things started to happen. I noticed I started to get, see, you can even see some of it here. You get the dark spots. I forgot what they call it. They have a name for it. Right? So you're supposed to get like a special soap or something and lighten up, brighten up your skin or whatever. Right? That started happening. I started getting eczema. I never have eczema. Okay, started getting eczema in areas, intimate areas where, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, it was like a cop blocking eczema. What? Did you ever hear of something like that? So then I found out, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm spiritual. I have spiritual teams, things like that. I had to figure some things out. I get some, I had to pray about some things, get some information. And I found out that, the girl, then looked on her line that he was messing with, found out she dibbles and dabbles in witchcraft. So, bingo, beauty spell put on me. My hair now is right here. Well, it's growing more, but it was right here. Now, before, that picture is from 2020, so I had 4 more years. So my hair was really down my back, way past my bra, way past my bra. And one day I woke up. My team let me know, like, yo, you're gonna get hit by this a little bit. Now I don't know why they decided to let it hit me, but maybe so I could believe that it's real. But I'm gonna tell you what, I woke up, you guys, and my hair was knotted up. This is in one night. This is not like months and months and no maintenance or whatever, whatever. No, it was knotted up. And thank you for joining. You know what I'm saying? If anybody want to talk about their experience, please, please, please feel free. You come up on a panel. We could do a panel discussion. But my hair was matted so bad. It was like a candy bar. It was like a bar. A bar. It was hard. I never experienced nothing like that. And I had to literally take scissors and cut it. And when I did that, my hair was to this length. So it was all types of beauty spells put on me. It was mad. It was crazy. I got canned from my job. Finances tore up from the flow up. You know what I'm saying? 4 years ago. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So I'm still feeling the remnants of the beauty spell. It's over with now. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of spiritual battling. I had to learn a lot of things, do a lot of things. I had an ascension. You know what I'm saying? And in spiritual world, you kind of get trained, and it goes according to your individuality, right? You can only take but so much, because if everything was dumped on you, you'd be considered nuts. Yeah, I am, and it feels good. It feels good, and it's crazy, Spider, because at this stage, I did not expect to. I thought I was going to be very happy at this point in my life, but quite frankly, I went through hell and back again, messing around, trying to be, in a loving relationship, right? Everybody, everybody deserves it, but I don't know. Some people. So I think everything's designed. Everything happens the way it happens, right? So I respect that. And a lot of people don't even know what another person goes through. But back to the spiritual assassin though. So after 4 years I was with him, I didn't really have that many problems. You know what I'm saying? I was depressed though. From time to time I had this deep depression when I was with him and stuff like that. And he was really very controlling and wanted to control me and stuff like that. And I ain't never been that type of female. You know what I mean? I don't try to control nobody, and I don't need nobody trying to control me. I love a person, you know what I'm saying? I will respect a person, but all that, you know, I'm too grown to be asking you if I could go some damn where. You crazy? I understand I'm scared for my mom in the same way. She's getting married to someone she's known. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gotta be careful of that. All hell broke loose, like I said, when I decided that I don't know myself, when I decided that I don't want the same type of abuse that I try to, help other people, but I don't want to go through that cycle again, man. I gave that ring back. I'm not interested. When I did that, that's when all hell broke loose. Literally. But it still didn't bring me back to him. It didn't. And imagine when I looked at that photo and I realized that, yo, he has a whole legion of entities within him. Like, am I seeing that correct? Like, am I seeing? Yeah. And like I said, that photo's on my bio. On my page. So, but she's only been speaking for him less than 2 months already. Oh, that's not a good sign. You know that, Spider. Oh, that's not a good sign at all because that's what they do. Right, C's? That's what they do. That's that love bombing stuff. Let me tell you something. My ex-husband, he asked me to marry him within 3 months of me knowing him. And I say yes. But I said we're gonna be engaged for a year, and if we make it through that, then yeah. Well, see if she'll elongate the engagement. I don't know. She might not even listen. You might have to talk to somebody she listen to and tell them to see if she'll elongate the engagement. You said this the third time. Oh, okay. Hey, everybody need love. Everybody listen, I ain't knocking her hustle. For me though, I'm not gonna sit up here and I'm not doing, I'm not gonna say I'm not getting in a relationship anymore. What I'm doing is self-healing right now. Right? A lot of people they kind of self-soothe through getting into relationships that rebound stuff, and that's not really good for the person you're about to mess with. It's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? Just take time to heal. It's important. Because I think I really mucked things up, right? Here it is. My ex covert narcissistic husband cheated on me with a subordinate from work. And I sat up there and got into a twin flame, met my twin flame who's married for 26 years. And I didn't know he was married because I would never put myself in that position. And then from that, I go to someone or something that's some human vessel that's being hosted by something that's not of this world, an ancient entity. And like I said, it is on my page. I kid you not. People just want to go through your content and hit like I'm a content creator, meaning my content is original. I sit there and I do that stuff for hours sometimes, just putting it together. Something as small as a little minute TikTok. I put a lot of thought in my stuff. So I think people really need to get these messages that I'm putting out here, because I'm not going to say it's everybody's experience, because it's not everybody's experience. But if you can get some prevention, I'm like Smokey the Bear with forest fires. If you know what I mean, you do not want to be in nothing like this. The word rebound. Do you think someone can get out of a relationship into another without what? Nah, some people do it prematurely though. You know what I'm saying? That's what the rebound's about. You know what I'm saying? It's like they do it while they still didn't heal. The 2 days into the editing on the snacks video, I want it to be amazing. Yeah, right. See, you understand it. You take your time when you create your own content. Residual from the last one. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, me, myself, and I've always been open to a successful relationship, right? But there's too many games out here now. I forgot what they call that. They call it when you're dating up. If somebody knows what that means, there's a word for it now. And they even, I don't know, social media, they tag it. I don't know what it's called because I don't subscribe to that type of shit. But they talk about, oh, you need to date up. Kevin Samuels, type of mentality, may he rest. May he rest. But yeah, the type of mentality to where, they're gauging you and rating you and what you bringing to the table and all this and all that. I mean, honestly, folks, for real, I mean, is that the shit you care about when you on your deathbed? Are you gonna really be on that type of time? You're not. And then you gotta make sure the person even cares if you on your deathbed not to pull the plug on you prematurely. That's what's most important. But nobody want to talk about that. You just want to worry about what they got and what they don't got. And if they rolling like that, they going to want you to be gone anyway. So they can just have what they want to have. They're not thinking like that. They're just thinking about this whole give me sort of deal. But I don't want to be on here super long. I was on here for 90 minutes yesterday. Can you believe it? And I was talking some real talk. Now, this one's a little lighter, right about the twin flames and stuff like that. But I appreciate y'all's support as always. And I don't have no closing like Spider, but I just want to say thank you for joining. If you haven't followed, please follow. Just check out really go to my page and check out some of my videos. And if you know anybody who can help, share it with them, please. All right. Thank you for spending time with me.